classically the first national park stop on this trip. I'm super excited. A little nervous, a little intimidating, but mostly excited. We're less than 10 miles away, so we're gonna get there soon. But really quickly, while it's fresh in my head, I wanted to give my first impression of the 8 states I drove through this weekend to get to here. Alabama was very beautiful. I think Alabama's a little underrated. Mississippi was nice, maybe a little less like classically beautiful. I think it's in many ways the opposite of Massachusetts, which is where I grew up, so that was just kind of a funny realization. Didn't really have a chance to get to know Tennessee, but I drove through Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. I believe it's the distribution capital of America or something along those lines. Arkansas was a little bit of everything. You know, it had trees, it had farmland, I stopped in Little Rock and I got some southern food pictured here or whatever, and that was super, super cute. Oklahoma, I think, was my least favorite. I didn't love Oklahoma City. Like, it had horses, that was cool, but it was pretty boring to drive through. Texas wasn't that bad to go through, I just went through the top by Amarillo. Not as bad as people make it out to be. I did definitely smell absolutely terrible though, so that sucked. Sarah has absolutely no opinions on anything. We were in New Mexico for all of the afternoon yesterday, and it was absolutely beautiful. I loved driving through New Mexico. That was so fun. And Arizona is also beautiful so far. We are here. We are hiking the Rim Trail. We couldn't find a lot of parking,
so we're a little hour delay, but that's fine.
Tiny delay, but I can see the canyon just ahead of us, and I think we're about to see it for the first time. So exciting. Go right to walk towards the present. Go to the left to see the oldest rocks. This is just one of those things where the pictures will never do it justice. It's huge. Oh my gosh. We are back where we started,
Day 1,
which marks the end of, not really, the end of the first day. We're walking back to our car right now. We're gonna fill up our waters, make sure we're all good there, and then we're gonna drive over to our campground.
Today was fun though.
Today was super fun. Absolutely breathtaking views, sick pictures. Got some souvenirs. Went to the gift shop. I have an interesting podcast to listen to about the national park gift shops. I'll show you that later.
Sounds good.
Yeah, all around great time. Was a chilly night camping in the Grand Canyon. We were staying in Desert View Campground, but now it's nice and early-ish, and we're gonna make some oatmeal, pack things up, and then do a short hike into the canyon. I've heard a lot that it's pretty intense, so we're gonna keep things low-key, keep it to a 2 or 3 hour hike. the canyon today.
I'm a little nervous, but it'll be fun.
I'm a little nervous too, which is why we are not going to push ourselves in the slightest. And afterwards, we're getting ice cream, so there will always be that to look forward to. So we are only we're like 12 minutes into this hike, and all I can think about already is how much Robbie, my boyfriend, would absolutely hate this. He's petrified of heights. Hi, it is day 2 here in the Grand Canyon, and today we're hiking inside the canyon, and we have surprisingly good cell service, so I thought we'd just stop in and say, hey, what's up? This is our view. This is where we're at. It's super beautiful. Not for anyone afraid of heights, but it's a blast. Officially at the 1 hour 30-minute mark in this hike. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I mean, my feet are a little sore.
I agree. Oh, a little lizard. Cute. Overall, okay. Looking forward to our rest at the turning point.
Pretty, though.
It's gorgeous.
It's
it's so worth the view. So worth it. Gives an entirely different perspective.
I feel like I need to note that while this hike wasn't the most intense in terms of how steep it was or mileage or anything like that, it was still a very difficult hike. One, because it's reverse hiking, so you go down, get really tired, and then you have to go up. And two, the further you get into the canyon, the hotter it gets. So it was extremely hot even just a few miles into the canyon.
We are currently at the 3-mile marker on the, I think it's called Bright Angel. This is where we're going to be turning around. It took us about 2 hours of hiking to get down here, and according to the Grand Canyon manuals that we've been reading, that means it will take us about 4 hours to get back up. So we're looking at kind of a long hike, but that is okay. We are hydrated, we've refilled our water bottles, and we're ready to go. This view is absolutely worth it. I was talking to Sarah, and we both agree that yesterday when we were looking at it from the rim, we agreed that it was just like unfathomably large and beautiful, but coming down here and doing this hike, it's so different. You kind of get a better sense of how big it is because you're just surrounded by it everywhere that you look. It's gorgeous, and I'm so glad we did this.
Yay.
Ready to die?
Yeah.
Awesome. I went into this leg of the hike thinking like, we'll take breaks, more often than last time, like every 20 minutes or so. It's been closer to every 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's really hot and dry.
Let's go.
Yeah, we actually got to the halfway point in only an hour.
Pretty good.
Yeah, which is pretty good time, and I think that's just mostly because we just want to be up there now. We took all the pictures, got all the views, did all that on the way down. Now we just want to get back up because we're gonna get ice cream, and that's gonna.
Can't wait.
We are an hour and a half in, and we came all the way from, I don't even know if you can see it. I don't even know if I'm pointing to the right thing.
The green box.
Oh, there it is. Came all the way from there You can't even really see it with the camera, but I promise that's where we came from. It is time for a park fact. Grand Canyon park fact. The oldest rocks in this park are down at the bottom. They're called the Vishnu Basement Rocks. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. They are estimated to be as old as 1.84 billion years old. That is crazy. That is like a significant portion of the Earth's lifetime. Wild. Another park fact. The Grand Canyon is filled with California condors, which are actually the birds with the longest wingspan in the United States at about 10.8 feet. We are so high up. We are so close. So close. So close. It's in sight. About high five, but whatever. We're here, we're back at the top with lunch breaks and restroom breaks and everything. Going down took us just over 3 hours. Coming up took us just over 2. Do with that what you will. That's so good. Welcome to my crib. That was super cringy. We went and saw the sunrise this morning and then we both came back and we just kind of crashed, but totally worth it because it was definitely the best like 2 hours of sleep that I've had like in a week. We're gonna pack up and head out soon and then go over to Horseshoe Bend and maybe somewhere else. We haven't quite decided yet. Definitely want today to be like a rest point because the next week is a lot. So we gotta prepare for that.